next guest is here. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'm glad that you're here. This is the 10th Women in Leadership Masterminds, and I'm glad that we have made it this far. I'm excited that you are learning, you are getting inspired, and all the speakers are making us change the way we do things or challenge us to be able to become the best version of ourselves. If you are wondering who I am, my name is Winnie Kamuya, CEO, International Renaissance Center, an international best-selling author, speaker, and a leadership development coach. And I believe that this is going to be another inspiring story that is going to challenge you to change your career, because every one of us has the potential, and you have the potential. Our guest is going to inspire us, challenge us. Are you ready for this? And before she steps on stage, I want to give a short introduction, who she is, and then we can have the conversation. Winfred Muthina John is an experienced and trained counselor, counseling psychologist. She is a BA in counseling from Kenya Methodist University and certificate in HIV/AIDS, drugs and substance abuse and counseling. She has vast skills, demonstrated experience in leadership training, financial management, mentorship, entrepreneurship. Currently, she consults for FIDA Kenya, and she coordinates training for International Renaissance Center, that is us, in Mombasa. She also trains peer counselors and facilitates youth counseling in more than 20 schools within Mombasa, Kwale, Kilifi counties. In the past, Winfred has consulted with VTTI Kenya, Train Consults, Bugalos Consulting, Bumu, I hope, yeah, I got it right, Hospital, Amarat NGO, SOS Family Strengthening Program, United E-Warehouse Limited, Institution of Pension Management, Adolescents, Girls and Youth, Women, AGYW, AIHA, that is America International Health Alliance, KCCB, that is Kenya Conference and Catholic Bishops, and Save the Children Organization and the Life Power Program. Welcome, Winfred. Nice to have you and nice to host you. You wear many hats, and interestingly, they're not too heavy. Maybe one of the questions I would have is, who is Winfred? That is my namesake. Who is Winfred?
Yeah, thank you so much. Winfred is a lady who has done counseling psychology, as you have said. She's passionate and a go-getter. Winfred has done so many things, and still she's pursuing to do a lot. Personally, I enjoy empowering people. I've worked with the FIDA Kenya at a consultancy level since 2013 to date. I've also been doing consultancy with the IRC Leisure since 08. I've been consulting with them, and I'm the coordinator of their programs here down at the coast, and I thank God for that privilege. I'm also doing other programs. BTTI Kenya is an organization that is dealing with petroleum, and it also has interest in empowering people in education. It's supporting education in the areas that are surrounding their place of storage, where they store their petroleum, among other programs. Winfred also was one of the 5 consultants who rolled out Dreams program, consulted by then by FHI 360, the program that is being implemented by the USG government. And I still do consultancy on the same, whereby we implement financial capability. We also do entrepreneurship and the mentorship for the mentors who are impacting lives for the young girls and adolescents, women down on the ground. The program currently is all over Kenya. When it started in Nyanza and Nairobi as an initiative, but now it is in so many NGOs. And we thank God here at Coast, we are implementing, it is being implemented by Bomb Hospital, which is doing so much together with the Harmwood organization. And both of them are impacting a lot of lives. And I've been one of their trainers. I train those people who go and do training for the AGY.
Wow.
I think that is Winnie. I also do other things. I'm in board of management of some schools, among other things, maybe which as we proceed, we are going to mention.
Yeah, this is interesting because you've mentioned so many things, meaning that the heart is still there, adding more things that you do. And I think one of the things that I picked that is interesting is go-getter. Maybe that explains
Yes.
why you are doing all the stuff that you are doing and you're impacting on people. And that is why, for now, we can say that besides being a mentor to the women, you're also going to the young, you're also doing the finances. And maybe the thing is, the question that I would have like now is to ask, when you are dealing with I think more, you say the women and the girls.
Yes.
It doesn't interfere because, again, when you're doing I think you have financial training. It's for both the girls, the women, like both sexes. It doesn't interfere with that?
So generally, like we have those programs, like the programs for the dreams, they are for girls and the young women. So I said I usually train them. I was also trained. So I train the trainers to go and implement. You know, and when you empower a woman, you have also empowered the whole society. But it doesn't mean it is only limited to women, because I also do such trainings in church, whereby generally we are talking about budgeting. We are also talking about controlling spending. We are also talking about saving for the future, because the future is here with us. And if you don't prepare for the future, things are not going to work. So generally, we teach people how to live within their means. It doesn't matter the amount of money that you have, you should also live within their means. And as a trained psychologist also, I help people to live mentally health. We usually say there is no health without mental health. Because if you are not sober upstairs, or you are having issues that you cannot be in a position to deal with them, regardless of what you are doing, regardless of even the education you are having, even the relationship that you have, maybe working relationship, even other personal relationship, you are going to mess them if you are not mentally well. So I've also recorded 9 programs with JCC TV, which are generally talking about mental health and also about the emerging issues that are going on. And I've also been doing that in churches and also in other NGOs. I also teach people about self-care, because if you don't take care of yourself, you will not be in a position even to help others. You cannot give out what you don't have. And most of the time, when we are relating with people, we get exhausted emotionally. And that cup, you find that your cup is empty. So you have to fill your cup. You have also to separate a person with the issues they are having. So if you don't separate them, you are going to see like people, those people are maybe difficult people or what. It is them and the issue. And if you separate that, you are going to respect the dignity of the person, because each person is unique and they have a unique dignity and can be upheld. In counseling psychology, we say every human being has a power to actualize. They only need to be helped to be in a position to move the blocks that are blocking them. When they are helped or they are mentored or someone shows them the way, they will be in a position to solve their issues, because they are the expert. Usually see the person who has a problem is the expert of the problem. And if given a green light, they will be in a position to solve their issues. And all of us will actualize.
Just repeat that one. That one.
I'm saying
that's really like a spotlight. Yeah, just repeat that.
Yes, I'm saying everybody is an expert of their problem. And I'm also saying we as human beings, we are always pushing to actualize. You want to get something that is high above what you are having. And you can never, most of the time, we don't get it because of the blocks that are blocking us. Those blocks, maybe you are blaming yourself. You are saying, I wish my mother and dad did this. But if you are given an environment, a conducive environment, whereby someone can be in a position to listen to you. You can be in a position to remove those blocks, and you'll be in a position to actualize. So all of us can be in a position to actualize if we are mentored, if we are, someone can hold us our hands and show us the way, because we have the potential. We have what it takes. In most of the time, what you admire, you have the potential to fulfill it. You just need to know that the potential is within you. You are not getting it outside from somebody else. It is within you. And that's why you admire. Most of the things we admire because they are calling us. And those things are the things we are supposed to be doing. And we have the potential of doing them.
That is.
So with the mentorship.
Yeah.
With the mentorship.
Yeah, this is very interesting because I can see how counseling is coming in to help you to mentor others, to get the blocks out of the way, to get these people to achieve and actualize what they envision in their brain. So
yes.
In terms of, because I was going to ask that, and thank God I didn't ask that first because I didn't know what you're going to say. It makes a lot of sense because a lot of times, maybe we're going for counseling and help, and we have the things within us. We have that ability to do those things that we really admire and desire, but we don't understand that we have that power within ourselves. We need an external person to point at us on that issue to make us aware that we can realize that. That is very, very important. And I'm glad that you brought it up and you brought and made sense, because like if you are working with people in the workplace and in the corporate, say in the workplace, let me use the workplace. Working with people in the workplace, they can assume that they can't do, and even in schools, they can assume they can't do this thing because they think it's out of their reach. But when they have the understanding that they can do it, and they can be guided, and I think that's where you are heading to by explaining about mentorship, then they are able to realize that. That is very, very, very insightful, because then it brings out the thing that, what is it that makes us, and I think you gave one example, what is it that makes us stop ourselves from going and achieving or actualizing? From
most of the time, most of the time we stop ourselves. Why do we stop ourselves? Because the first thing you need to understand, madam, it is that you need to understand who you are. We usually talk about self-awareness for personal development. So you need to be aware maybe of your weakness. And then when you are aware of your weakness, you need to know the tools that are going to help you to overcome that. You also need to focus much on your strength. When you focus on your strength, there is that power that is released within you. And that power, it's not going to make you to feel like you are weakling. It is not going to make you to feel like you cannot make it. And most of the time, people don't go to their goals because we limit ourselves by comparing ourselves with other people. We are unique. Everybody is unique. Everybody has the power to achieve what they have. And most of the time, the ceilings that we are having, we have put them to ourselves. And if guided, if shown a way, like for example, someone may be wanting to be a psychologist, but they don't know how they are going to be psychologists. The heart is within them. The power is within them, and nobody can take it away from them. But if they are just given a small guideline, if they can understand who they are, if they can understand their capabilities, if they can understand the skills that they need, the tools that they need, they can achieve and even become better person than the person they are comparing themselves with, because the power is within them and they have it. I've told you, madam, as you are starting, everybody has the power to get what they want. Everybody has the power to achieve what they desire. And most of the time, what you desire it because it is within you and you have the power and the capacity to do it.
Wow. Wow. Strong statements that we have always been sitting and giving excuses and pointing at other people and other excuses and giving ourselves stories, yet we have the power within ourselves to go do that we desire and achieve what we desire. That is very
Yes.
insightful. And I must say that that limitation of giving ourselves those stories, those excuses should go away with the realization that we have that power. And maybe, like you are saying, we need to be held the hand and brought to a point where we are, is it switched on? Or whatever
Yes.
it is, that is brought to our consciousness, because maybe that is in our conscious part. That should be brought into our consciousness so that we become aware that we have always desired what we always had, that it is not out there, it's not somewhere. And I think you mentioned, stop comparing yourself. You have it. You have
you have what it takes.
You have what it takes.
Yes.
So that is very, very important, and a very, very important reminder, so that when we are looking and comparing, we remember we have this thing. We always have it. It is within us. It is us to tap into it and grow ourselves to that place that we desire to be. So I see where the counseling, the training, the mentorship now is interlinking. Did it come as a surprise that now, although you went to do counseling and you are aiming maybe to go out there and counsel people, you are now in training, and again now you are mentoring people? Like, was there a plan towards that, or was it accidental?
I remember when I was growing up, my dad wanted me to be a teacher.
Oh.
And I was not for it. But generally, Dad had a clue of what was about me, because generally teaching and somehow different, although they are related, they are interrelated. And I usually have a lot of passion
for teaching.
This is my life.
Is it my internet or your internet? It's going on, off. Is it my internet or your internet?
Mine, I think, is still hot.
Okay. Just go on. Now it's okay.
Yeah. So when I was growing up, my daddy wanted me to be a teacher. And I think he saw some potential within me for teaching. Although I'm not a teacher, I'm a facilitator. I'm a mentor. I'm there to help people to unleash their potential that is within them, which is one of the things some of the teachers do. And now, as I was growing up, there was a certain satisfaction that I was getting when I used to talk to people, when I used to give some guidelines, but I didn't want to be a teacher. But see what happened. My life is about facilitation. I facilitate in churches. I facilitate in women ministries. I facilitate in FIDA Kenya. I do debriefing in women leadership. I've been training all over in most. I've trained. I even don't know the number of the companies I've done capacity building. There are so many, and I'm not yet there. I'm still pursuing to do more. So generally, I think I needed someone also to guide me. A mentor is like a elder sister, someone who has been there, someone who is more experienced, someone who can tell you this, I went through this route and I made this mistake. So I believe this is the safer route, but you are the one who will go to the route. You will just be given guidelines and you have what it takes. And generally in counseling, there is something we call socialization. Socialization, most of the time, it takes a greater part in what the person will become. Sometimes you are socialized, you are being taught that women cannot do this and this. And if you are being taught that for so long,
you believe.
We are, as a result of our mindset, whatever we are, what we are doing, it is mindset. And most of the things that we are desiring for, if we can just push ourselves and change our mindset, those things will also be looking for us because they belong for us. And they are waiting for us to change our mindset. I remember when I advanced a little bit, when I went for counseling, my mind changed completely. I started even seeing opportunities that I had never seen them, and they are within me. Even the way people are paying me, the pay also changed, because I believe when my mind changed, my word also changed. and then things change. So it is us. And first, we have to change our mindset, because most of the time, our culture, where we are coming from, it has affected us. The way we have been socialized, the people we have been living with, and their achievement, they have also limited us by thinking that they are like our benchmarking. And most of the time, or maybe they are the limit, they are maybe the highest score we can get. No, there is nobody who has seen you. There is nobody, even you yourself, you don't know yourself. You just need to understand your potentials and push yourself a little bit, just a little bit. When you push yourself a little bit, you will be shocked to know who you are, because we are greater than we can imagine. And our future is great than we can even think about.
Yeah.
And our future cannot be limited by our earning or anything. It is being limited by our mindset. And nowadays, you don't need money to learn. We are having internet throughout. The knowledge you need, it is just a click away. The knowledge you need is just a click away at your button of your phone. Just to click one button and you get, maybe there is something you wanted to understand, you get it there. And you find that life becomes so easy. We are having even books online. The mindset that you need, someone else has also put it in book. So you don't need to go and do a lot of research they did to get that. You just need to buy their book and read it, and you may even become better than them, because the potential is within you. It just needs to be clicked. And something else that we need so much to be able to achieve our potential, it is resilience. Most of the people, when they try one and things don't work, they just say it didn't work yesterday. Yesterday is gone. Today you are having another chance. Even in the morning, if you failed, it was in the morning. Now we are in the evening, and you can still do something. You can learn something that can push you a step ahead. You can learn something that will take you to the level that you need, or the level that you have been yearning for. You've been looking for it in other people. So it is about you. It is about you. It is not about your parents. Some people, you hear people saying that my parents did not take me to school. My parents, no. I believe that the greatest responsibility that your parents had is to bring you here on earth. Yesterday, I was speaking to another young man who has educated himself since high school. When the schools were closed, he could go and do some odd jobs like digging terraces. And the boy has educated himself. And now he's almost completing his degree. So there is nothing that is impossible. It is not even money that can limit you. The human spirit is unbreakable. You just need to know that, and you need to push yourself a little bit. You need to believe in yourself. You need to bounce back even after failure. Because most of the things that happen, you need to take an example of the ball. The ball should be our example. If you hit the ball hard on the wall, that ball is going to bounce back to you. It can even hit you and make you fall. Why? Because the ball refused to stay where it has been thrown. So the same case applies to us. Maybe even you failed in your 844 system. Maybe you failed in your Form 4. That was just you were it. So what are you doing? Bounce back. You can even apply maybe online courses. You can also do exams as a private student. You can create your time and change your destiny. Your destiny is at your within your power. It is at your hands, not in anybody else's hands. It doesn't matter what people are telling you. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. It is their opinion, and they are entitled to it. But it is you who knows who you are and where you are going.
Yeah.
Just the other day, I was listening to the father of Emiko's gay. He said he went to class 1 when he was 21 years and he was crippled. And everybody was, why are you going to school? What do you want to achieve out of school and you are crippled? Then he kept on saying he finished grade 7 when he was 27, and they told him that education is enough. He said, please, those are your opinions. And he pursued. And now you see that guy is very far. So it doesn't matter whether you are crippled, whether you are living with a disability, whether you are sick, whether you failed. That was then. The human spirit is unbreakable. The human spirit can achieve more things than we have ever seen. Don't even measure yourself with the people you are seeing. Don't measure even yourself with people who maybe have studied more than you. You can still study. It is just a click away. You can start. We have even free online courses. Like we have the philanthropic course university that offers free course, and they are very knowledgeable. You just need to have 2 hours per day whereby you can be able to study for free. You only need internet. So please, the power is within you.
The power is within you, and it's like you are listening to the previous speakers. They spoke about the people around you that can set limits to you, and you think that that is the ceiling. So it's like you have captured that as well. And also the fact that it is within your mindset. And once you change your mindset, the things that you can achieve is very, very amazing. And even it can amaze your own self, because you wouldn't believe what you'd be able to do or what you're capable of. You've talked about socialization, which I think also is important for us. Even when you are socialized, you need to know, maybe it's time to go look for people that are where you want to go, so that you can start interacting with them. Because when you interact with them, you begin to have mindsets that they have, and you begin to do things that they do. And when you do those things, like you've said, me, I'm taking notes, you start to see the opportunities. And you can't see these opportunities unless you start taking action. You've really captured that so well. I'm so happy that you are bringing that part of the mindset, that don't sit there, don't sit with the excuses, don't blame what happened yesterday. It is yesterday, it is in the morning. Look forward, look at the future, what is possible, and do something with the belief that it will change. And be persistent, which is what I've had, because you have actually emphasized something that sometimes we forget. The human spirit is unbreakable. Keep on. Things will come, but keep going. It's how many times you will raise. So keep on going and doing. It will come to a place where it will break. It is very, very informative in terms of getting to speak to somebody who thinks they have reached the end of their career, their life, and they see there's no other possibility, it is done. And you still speak to us and say and remind us, there is the future, there is opportunities. Don't give yourself excuses and stop, because it can be done. That's what a go-getter does. Keep going. You also mentioned the part of, like, when you went for the training, now you started to see the opportunity. Like, what happened when you learned? What is this that opened, that began to show you the opportunities here? Because maybe that's what we miss. And because you are saying there's free education all the time, we can give ourselves time. And sometimes people say, I have everything, like I know everything. Why should we continuously keep learning? Keep learning. What did you see, like, when you went and had this learning, and then all of a sudden you now began to see opportunities? You're invited to write something, I think, on the 360. You're invited to go and train trainers. What happens? Maybe those are some of the things people can ask.
Yeah, generally when I purpose to keep on learning, I have learned a lot, and many things happen. Like, for example, I was in a position, like, I've taught so much about self-care. I didn't understand that if you don't take care of yourself, you will have nothing to give. And I could even evaluate and see how people don't take care of themselves, and the way they think, like the way we have been socialized we Africans, we think like taking care of yourself is selfish, being selfish, which is not. Because I cannot take care of you if I'm not having that strength. And most of the time, taking care of yourself is investment. It is investment. Because when you are refreshed, when you are sober, when you have taken care of yourself, you can do so much. Even that learning, you can be in a position to understand when you're having a fresh mind. Something else, when, yes, you can be able to understand more when you're having a fresh mind. And also, you can also be able to see. Most of the time, because we are exhausted, you cannot even see where you are going. That's why it is very important to take time, sit down and reflect. Have a sit back of reflection. Sit down. You are not wasting time. Reflect. Like, for example, now we are in February 16. The year started January at first. What have I been doing? Have I been giving much to my career? Because you are supposed to do something for your career every day, even if it is just learning a small article. Because things are changing, and we have to style up. We have to style up and learn more.
And ask ourselves the difficult question, between January and now, what have I learned? What have I done? What have I implemented? If we are not asking these questions, we are not growing. We'll stay where we are and we'll keep complaining that it can't be done.
Yeah, we are going to complain that it cannot be done, but it is us who have not sat down and planned. So we also need, sometimes we get some small miseries and we start complaining. Sit down also, reflect. How have you participated to your misery? Maybe I lost my job. How did I participate? Because maybe I'm the one who is causing pain to myself. And now I start crying all the time. So when I'm crying, I'm also exhausting my emotions, which I need to relate with people, you know? So let us also sit down and see how we have contributed to our misery. So that maybe as we go forward, even as we develop our brains, these miseries, we are not also going to cause them. We are not also going to get some consultancy and they lose them. We are not going to get jobs and they lose them because of the way we are relating ourselves. It is good also to understand. It is good, maybe I say you need to understand your emotions. You need to understand also your physique. There are some people who concentrate so much on the way they look and they are not also doing something about it. If you are not happy about how you look, maybe you can do exercise, maybe, or something else. Or maybe you can learn to accept yourself, because there are some things maybe you cannot change. Because maybe you are focusing on others so much, and now you want to be like them, and you can never be like them. You are you. And as I said, we usually say in counseling that the dignity of each person is unique. Even twins cannot be, they can be alike maybe when it comes to looks, but the behavior is going to be different. Their taste is going to be different. Their careers are going to be different. So let us start.
So you need to understand yourself. That is very important.
You need to understand yourself. Because if you don't understand yourself, you will not develop yourself. And when you're understanding yourself, you need to understand about your emotions. Sometimes your emotions can even take your career away from you. Why? You may be behaving, or maybe you are exhausted emotionally. And if someone tells you, Winnie, you are looking nice, instead of saying thank you, you will tell them, I've been looking like that all the time. And those people, maybe they are your destiny connectors. Now they are going to pull out from you. And if they are going to pull out from you, will you ever achieve that goal? Will you ever achieve that career? And maybe they are your stepping stone. So we need to understand our emotions. And when our emotions are, and take care of our emotions, you need to soothe your emotions. Like, for example, if you are feeling like you need someone to comfort you, you need to sing songs of comforting you. Like, for example, if you are feeling you are feeling like you have done something good, it is good even to praise yourself or to talk to yourself, to make sure that you soothe yourself. You can also even soothe yourself by even touching the pet, for those who love the pet, or something very soft like a pillow, because you need yourself to be able to achieve what you are supposed to achieve. So you need to understand your emotions. You need also to understand your perspective, the way you see things. There are some people who see themselves going nowhere. So if you are seeing yourself going nowhere, you will not go anywhere. So change your perspective, the way you see things. Something else also, you need to have a positive self-talk. Talk to yourself. Sometimes we are, like maybe when you are listening to news, there is nothing to amuse you there. So talk to yourself. Tell yourself good things. You may not have someone to tell yourself good things. Tell yourself. And if you also have friends, tell them good things so that they can also tell you good things so that you can be revived and have that strength. Also, it is good to sit down and evaluate your progress. If you have done something good, praise yourself or give yourself a treat. Maybe if you like chocolate, you take once in a while, not all the time, to soothe yourself also. Such things. So we have to be careful of who we are. We have also to be careful with who we are relating to, because some people are going to sow bad seed in us, telling you that you cannot do that, you cannot achieve that. Who has done that in your community? Do you think you are coming from a rich family like so and so? Do you think it can be doable by poor people? How many people are educated? You are wasting your money. You see? So we have to be very, very careful. We have to understand ourselves.
You have to accept to be the one who starts something that has not been done by the other people. You have to be the leader in that space so that you do the things they believe that cannot be done. And that self-awareness really helps you so that you stop comparing with the people who did it in the past and say, I'm creating a new path for others to come and follow, because there has to be always somebody who does and prepares a new path for the others. Wow, very, very insightful, very challenging. Like I think this is like just working, like you said. I think there's somewhere where you said earlier, it's mental challenge. This is really mental challenge. This is really mindset about you, about what you say to yourself, how you see yourself, what you always give yourself as excuses. A way to reflect and ask yourself the difficult questions. Now, I want to just ask, if you were to tell your younger self, what are 3 things that you'd tell your younger self? Because I guess now where you've reached, there are things you'd tell your younger self. What are those things? 3.
Maybe the first thing I will tell myself, it is that I can do whatever I put my hands to do. I just need to focus. The other thing I can tell my young self, I will tell myself that there is nobody who can limit me apart from myself. And the other thing I will tell myself, it is that education is power. Knowledge is all that I need. And believing in myself.
Education is power. And knowledge is?
Knowledge, I've said education is power, and knowledge is all that I
need. Is what?
It's all that I need.
Oh, it's all that
you need.
Wow. Yeah.
To be able to actualize.
Yeah. Wow. There you go. I always take notes, even if I am even if I'm speaking to somebody, I always take notes. You never know when you will learn. You never know where what you will pick that you don't know, because you don't know everything. Everybody knows something that you don't know. So every time it's an opportunity to learn. I want to thank you so much for the opportunity, and I want to thank you for sharing so much. I think we have gone through sales, we have gone through challenging ourselves now, because if we are able to challenge the way we think, take care of ourselves, because those are what I've heard. If we can take care of ourselves, then we'll be able to take care of others. They always say you can't take care of others until you first take care of yourself. Thank you for sharing all this. And I believe that this has been inspiring, challenging for us. And I believe that from what you have shared, there is something that we will find that we can apply in our lives. Is there anything else before we bring this to a close?
So maybe we'll talk about that in future. I also do about financial capability. The only thing I can tell people is to live within their means, because most of the stresses people are having, it is by living as their neighbors and living not within their means. So whatever you are having, make sure you budget for it. You only need to use 70% of what you earn, and then save 20% for your God and 10% for your emergencies. Thank you.
So you use 70%, you save 20%?
No, you use 70% for all your needs.
Okay.
Then we have 20% you save for your goal, your future goal.
Okay.
Then 10% for emergencies.
Okay. Wow.
And
Thank
there is
you.
no little money.
Yeah. So you left us with a lot of information that we are wiser than we were before we spoke to you, and listening to you, I'm sure we are going to start applying. Might sound like it has come late, but in life, we always say there is nothing that comes late. Everything
Yes.
comes at the assigned time. That is the time you needed to know that thing. So now that you have found the knowledge that you needed to know at this moment, what will you do with it? Thank you, Winfred, for having the time with us, and thank you for sharing your wisdom. We look forward to talking again, and have a blessed day. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.